So, what's book solid without selling, and what are the basics on how it works, right? So, let me cover this. This is a little bit of an introduction. I'm going to be making more of these videos that are more in depth and more subtopic specific. So, here's a little introduction. Booked solid is a common term that's used, it's popular for service oriented people of all sorts, whether you're a lawyer or a beauty salon, hair cutting hairstylist, or a massage therapist, or a coach or a consultant of various sorts, or any kind of service that you provide, especially one-on-one. It's also about live events and programs, whether you're a seminar leader or webinar host, or a workshop or retreat type of thing, a training, whatever. But you want those booked up solid with participants, right? So that's what that part of the term is. Without selling is something that can be confusing, maybe even seeming a little bit conflicting, because ultimately you are selling something. You have something for sale or an exchange of value, right? But it's about talking. It's talking against what people normally think of as selling, because it's got a bad stigma, a negative stigma. Most of us have, all of us really have experienced bad salespeople that don't really understand how to do things in a enjoyable way. And there can be manipulation and pressure or hype or trickery or blah, blah, blah. And yet, in my experience, most people are not really doing that. They just don't understand natural relationship skills and good leadership principles and communication skills. So that's what this is all about, is helping people understand how to improve upon these three skills that you already have. Three skills: leadership skills, communication skills, and relationship skills, right? It's about getting better at them, understanding how things work. So all of us, as you probably already know, because I assume you've studied sales and marketing stuff to some degree or a great depth, and maybe even spent a lot of time and money on learning about it more and more. You know that nobody likes to be sold to, but they love to buy. Me too. I like to buy stuff, especially when I have the money and it's something I want, right? So we don't want to experience somebody kind of pulling at us. The trick is, this is much like dating and attraction, especially, if you're a guy. You don't want to be pulling at women. They're going to pull away, right? So it's really more of just showing up, feeling safe, attentive, interested, and valuable. And you don't do that through telling them that you're valuable. You do it by showing them, by demonstrating. This is not about tease and squeeze or tell and sell techniques. This is about showing and sharing, asking and answering. That's what I like to do. That's what I figured out. That's literally how I started my business almost 10 years ago, back in 2006. I didn't know anything about sales and marketing. I didn't even know how to use a computer, let alone internet marketing and all that good stuff that I had to figure out. All I was doing was wanting to help people with transformational type of work that I'd experienced myself in various ways, and that I loved to help people change their lives from the inside out. And so because I had people coming to me for help, friends, associates, acquaintances, colleagues, blah, 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 before I ever got into this industry, and I enjoyed it, I thought, well, I've heard about this thing called life coaching, and lots of people come to me for help, and I'm already pretty good at it. So what if I started using my head rather than my body? Because I was in construction, and I had a wood flooring installation business. I did high-end custom hardwood flooring. And before that, I was an aircraft mechanic. I worked for a hospital on their air ambulances and medical transport planes. And I'm a high school dropout, by the way. I don't have a traditional education at all. I'm very much self-taught, and I learned through life. And I use my head, figure things out, and find the natural solutions and natural processes, natural systems, the natural order of things. Then I can take advantage of them. I can replicate them, multiply them, and share them with others and say, look, here's how stuff works. And they go, yeah, that is true, that is right. So I don't have to have a whole bunch of letters behind my name, and neither do you. And ultimately it's about being of service. So that's what Book Solid Without Selling is fundamentally based on, is just being of service. Hook people up, help them out, give them a hand up, give them a taste test, a sample, a lot of it, so that they can go, this tastes really good, it feels good, this makes sense, you know what you're talking about, you are actually genuine and interesting and authentic, and you know a bunch of stuff that can really help me, and I can see it clearly. Please help me more. Can I pay you? And that's what occurs. So I'm going to go in depth in how this works. But there's three basic principles, three stages to the type of conversation and interaction you have with them. And it's posted right above here in the group, Book Solid Without Selling. It says right under the title, under the logo, it says what? Connect, contribute, collaborate. And that's not only just nice sounding words that all start with C, it's literally what to do. Connect with them socially, be a real person, make the connection, build rapport, be a friend, treat them as if they're already a paying client. Get rid of the personas and the bullshit and the playing chess with them. Just be with them. Ask them questions. And so there's 3 steps to each one of these stages, which I'll go more in depth with. But right now, this is an introduction. So you connect with them, really. Then you can contribute. You give them value. Rather than talking about value and dangling something that they kind of maybe could want, you give it to them. Help them out right now. You do that through educating them, empowering them, helping them envision a new future that is of them not being stuck with the painful problems and the challenges and the non-reaching of their goals. Help them envision that. So there's various ways to do this. These are all guidelines. There is no script, which is good news. This is about principles and guidelines to help you facilitate a natural process that we all need to experience. This is human dynamics, and that's what I specialize in. I call myself a human dynamics mechanic because it's accurate. It sounds kind of lofty or maybe even arrogant or confusing, but that's what I'm doing. So, connect, contribute, where you're sharing and giving value. You're demonstrating your value rather than telling them about it. And then collaborate, meaning moving forward with them in some way. It might be that they don't want to hire you or can't hire you, or you're not a good fit or they're not a good fit. But you're collaborating on what they need to move forward. You're helping them to solve a problem or reach a goal, even if it's just advice, a referral, a resource, or that one interaction that was really helpful and mind-shifting and game-changing for them. It could be. Who knows? You'll feel good. They'll have good things to say about you. They might refer you. They might lead you to great opportunities. They might just go on their way and you'll never see or hear from them again, but you still feel good, rather than sitting there spinning trying to figure out how to make money, right? So there's 3 steps to each one of these stages of the interaction, and I'm going to be going in detail about each one in the next set and series of videos, but this is the introduction. If you follow these principles and facilitate the process and use these practices, they will work. They're universally applicable. They're not just for enrolling clients and making sales. It's actually also the same steps to use when they already are paying clients and you're talking to them or working with them or facilitating a group. They're literally what to do each time, each hour, or throughout the whole day, or even in an email sequence or a sales page or a newsletter or in a book. This is what people really do need to experience. It's a natural process. It's very cool. This is not my philosophy. This is just how nature works. I happen to be somebody that kind of figured it out and discovered it, and I'm sharing about it. I use it and facilitate it, take advantage of it, and I share it with people. So pay attention, because this stuff works. And I'm doing this for free. Normally I charge between $2,000 and $2,500 a month for my private help of teaching how to do this stuff and helping people implement it and better dial in their avatar, their niche, their offer, the title and tagline, the program name, various things regarding marketing and product creation or program creation or all of the above. But the essential thing that most people have the hardest time with is how to actually enroll high-paying ideal clients and or make high-ticket sales, and do so live, in person, without a script, without a pre-planned, pre-written, long sales letter or video series or all that. That stuff all takes a lot of time, and I can't stand it personally. It takes too long. I've helped a lot of people with theirs, but I don't like to do it myself. I like to just talk, as you can see. And this works better than anything. There's a few basic principles I'm going to share about real here. I know it's getting to be a long video, but if you're still watching, that means you're committed and this is good stuff and it'll be useful to you, right? So one thing is word of mouth. That's the oldest and most reliable type of marketing that ever existed and ever will. People talking about stuff and people and services, saying, you know what, I know this guy or I know this woman, she can really help you. You got to talk to her. Let me introduce you. Or check out this thing. It worked for me. It's really cool. That's the best salesman. That's the best type of marketing. You can take advantage of that for the benefit of you and them. Being of service. Clearly, just be of service. It's not about being submissive or servile or giving away all your stuff for free all the time and not getting your own needs met. But it is a being of service. There's lines to draw and say, okay, well now, we need to have some kind of value exchange. And they'll appreciate that. They'll feel the need to be reciprocal because you've already helped them out so much. It's highly valuable with stuff that normally people try to charge for and then spend loads of time and energy and money trying to get people to buy when they haven't really given them what they need yet to want to buy. Pareto's principle, the 80-20 rule, if you're familiar with it. It's really important. 20% of what you're doing in any area of your life, including your business, is giving you 80% of your results. So focus only on that stuff. Get rid of everything else that you can because it's not important. It's not getting you anywhere. 20% of what you're doing is getting you 80% of the results. And this, talking with people, talking with prospective customers and clients, that's the number one hardest thing that most people have a challenge with. At least it's seen and experienced as the hardest thing. I'm here to make it easy, show you how easy it is. Get good at that, and you're done. You just need to have some conversations with people. And they're people that you already are connected with, so you don't need to make a product launch or write a big-ass book or a huge email sequence or spend loads of money on ads. That stuff is important and does help. Helps you expand your business. But if you're barely getting by, or if you'd like a big chunk of change real fast, or if you're new to a niche, or you're trying to create a program, get paid to create it up front by working with people and getting the details of what they really want and need, how they word things, get the experience of helping them and serving them, and along the way you'll be creating the products and the programs rather than trying to put it all together first. It's upside down and backwards compared to what most people are trying to do and have been told to do. And Parkinson's law, he was also an economist, and he recognized that things take as long as we basically say they do. Notice, if you've heard this before, if you're going on vacation, you get more done the day or two before you leave for vacation than you did the whole month prior to that. Why? Because you have a deadline. You got to get it done. And all of a sudden you become highly productive and efficient and effective. That's how to do stuff. So create these invisible kind of fake deadlines for yourself. Say, I got 20 minutes to write this little post, or I got 1 hour to create a blog post, or I've got, I need to talk with 20 people to play the numbers game because my sales ratio is 2 out of 5, and I need to talk with, 25 people in the next week or so. So get on the phone. Send out private messages, emails, phone messages. You'll be surprised how if you just say, here's what I'm doing, here's who I'm helping, here's the problem that I'm helping people with, and give a few little like bullet points or summarize some information that they can relate to and go, oh, that's me. Oh, that's my problem. Oh, I know somebody that needs that kind of help. They'll jump at it, and they'll want a free consultation. So give it to them. And then during that conversation, practice these principles, these 3 stages, and the steps that go with them and you'll see how easy it is to hook them up, help them out, and have them want to pay you right now. I've been doing this for 10 years. It hasn't changed. I've only made it much more easily understood and practical and systemized, and you're getting all this information for free. So stay tuned. Post your questions. Ask me for help. Tell me what you're up against right now. This is not a group that's intended for you to get clients from. It's not a place to be popular or try to, parade like you're the super expert. This is about saying, here's what I do, here's what I'm about, here's what I'm interested in, here's what I am good at, and some good stuff to share, and here's what I'm up against. We're all in the same game, the same boat called life, and we want to enjoy it. So it's better when we help each other out, right? That's what I'm doing. So get involved, be interactive, tell me what you need help with. I'll make a video or I'll do a live group call. I'm going to be doing them anyway, whether you show up or not. And if you do, whether you apply it or not is completely up to you. Some folks will, and they'll be rocking it. And I hope that's you. So high five and have fun. More to come. Ciao.